Hello, hello. Today we'll be doing a Let's Play of King's Bounty the Legend. This is an older game from 2008. I haven't really done a Let's Play in 4 years since about high school, but over time I've found that a great Let's Play is done either by a great personality, which over the years I have figured out I am really not, or a in-depth knowledge of the game from the player. This is King's Bounty, which I've probably put about 200 hours into over the course of the last 3 or so years. So, we'll start right now. I'll play an impossible. A lot of people are able to do it with no losses. That will not be my playthrough. I'm not quite that good. We'll play as the Paladin. The Warrior is a much more unit-effective class. This is a game that's strategy with a hexagonal grid. It's turn-based. You'll see what I mean once we get into the gameplay better, then I can describe it. Warriors mainly use units. They don't have as powerful of magic, which I utilize. Mages can use magic twice in a turn, but their units kind of suck. So I kind of like to play the Paladin, due to the fact that a team of dragons along with fire spells dishing out thousands of damage works pretty well for me. Don't really care about the emblem, it doesn't really affect the gameplay at all. I'll just go with default and default name.
King Mark's ascent to the throne was
This is a really
unusual
long
for the
intro.
glorious kingdom of Darien. During the solemn ceremony, Prince Karl relinquished the throne to his younger brother. Having passed the crown, Karl retired to a remote location in the provinces.
So basically,
For long
the king's
years,
brother gives him
nothing
kingship, he
darkened
can't
the
have a
rule of
child,
Mark.
the gods give him a child. This takes like 5 minutes, I'm not going through this.
As the years went by, the
there's a
gods
war or
looked
something
on
like that.
as the fate of Darien turned. First, news from the Elven land ceased, and then there arose armed conflicts between
Right,
old
so undead
allies.
attack,
First the dwarves, and then it
demons
was the
attack,
fight.
people go to war,
However, these
knights are
difficulties
brave and they're gonna solve stuff. Alright, let's begin. The story doesn't take itself too seriously, honestly, either. So, again, this won't be a no-loss run as many people do. I do not like to use the resurrection spell. I take my losses as they come. And, we'll see. I'll still try and minimize losses without the resurrection spell, and I will make use of Inquisitors, which can revive your fallen units. Which is sure taking a long time to load today, but there we go. So, the game starts out like this. You can run around on horseback. Once you run into enemies, it goes into a strategy grid where it's turn-based. So this is our trainer today, Iron Richard. He says, well, Christian Tyler, come, stand still and listen to me closely. The time of study is finished for you. From the moment when you enter this hall, it is time for you to face the test. Know that these tests will determine your destiny. What will be your choice? As the top student, you have the right to refuse the test. In this case, I will decide by myself where you are to serve. I know you well, so I think you will be satisfied. We're going to take the test, because extra experience and extra gold from the fight in there, and absolutely any golden experience on impossible mode is necessary. We'll take minimum losses, we'll spend as little gold as possible, because otherwise you just can't beat the game on impossible. You do my heart good, Christian Tyler. I'm very proud of you. So here's the first task. Every self-respecting knight is obliged to kill dragons and save beautiful princesses. At least that's what the common people think, thanks to those catchy pop songs which the bards sing in the taverns. And we can't disappoint them, right? In the first room you'll find a dragon and a princess that you must save. Good luck. So, let's see. We get a sword. Get some more units. As you can see down here, these are our units. We can only control so many at lower levels. In fact, that leadership is inflated right now. We should not have that much starting out. It'll take away the knights, the horsemen, I think the priests after this, and it'll replace them with bears for some reason. You're supposed to get a sword, I believe. Maybe I misread that. I could have sworn he gave us a sword, but I'm not seeing it in our inventory, so we're just going to have to go into the fight like this. So in here, on the map of King's Bounty, there are treasures we can pick up, such as this one. Magic crystals are used to learn spells, which I believe as a paladin, yep, we start out with a few scrolls. Resurrection for one, and Bless for another. Oh my, need quite a few magic crystals to learn those. So, here's some gold, which we obviously spend basically on units and equipment, nothing else in this game. And leadership banners allow you to train more troops. So there's our opponent, which is one Emerald Green Dragon, actually quite a high level unit, but since we have a fairly sizable small army, we should be able to take down just one. Of course, right now you'll see it says question mark, question mark, question mark. We don't actually know how many that is, but I've played through the game enough to know. Most armies are randomly generated, but bosses in this game are the same, so I'll memorize them, and he starts chasing us here. We're gonna try and loot all his gold, though, before we, battle him. We can grab the test dummy, too. You actually just need to rescue the dummy, you don't even need to kill the dragon, but experience is good. So we're now entering battle. It's just this grid, basically. I don't think he can attack. Yeah, he only moves. Oh, better turn on health bars. Is it alt? There we go. So right here, we'll see a few things. We can pick up that chest. That explodes if we attack it, doing damage to everything in these spots. Basically, the game, for now, works like this, where you press attack and it happens. Which, actually, that was a horrible move. I just blocked my knights, but... okay. So... this is a spell book right here. As you can see, I have Healing Learned. These are scrolls that are one-time use. As a paladin, I'll use it, and my mana up here goes down by a bit. So now that they're healed, I don't have to... oh, I could do a few things here. I'll probably bless my knights. That makes them do max damage. As you right-click a unit here, you can see its abilities, and one of the knights is Dragon Slayer, making it do significantly higher attack against dragons. So our archers are basically worthless here. The lower the number, the less damage they do, so our priests and archers really aren't good for much more abilities. I just used the Ice Arrow ability, which slows down any unit by 1. The dragon previously was able to move 6, but now it can only move 5. That's why he was able to get all the way here and attack. You're able to move either all your steps in one turn, so the dragon could move 6, or he could have moved 5 and then attacked. Unfortunately, I made a really bad move. My knight is blocked off from attacking the dragon, so I'll have to get the peasants out of the way before I can do anything. Since they came up first because they have a higher initiative at 3, and the peasants here at 2 are actually, never mind, they're both 3. So my peasants get moved now. I'll move them, attack, doing barely anything. So as you can see now, it goes back to my knight, because it goes units with highest initiative, and the last ones to move are lowest, and then it goes in reverse order of who waited. So, we should be able to dish out a pretty high amount of damage here. 153, I believe. Oh dang it, that was a bad move. I forgot about that. I believe an Emerald Dragon has 700. I think they normally have 600. This might be inflated due to it being a basic battle. So, he just used a mana draining spell, which takes health away from everything around him and gives the user mana, which is bad for us because he just completely murdered our entire peasant stack, which we were going to keep after this. I opened the chest there because I want the gold. I should probably heal my knights for a start. We'll see what the priest can do. Basically nothing, so we're going to use a healing spell to finish that off. When you attack a unit, it can only retaliate once per turn most of the time. So we're going to wait for our knight to be able to attack him, because the knight can take the hit without dying, and then everything else we're just going to pile on him. Archers are barely going to do any damage again with their arrow. The knight is going to go ahead and do it. And actually, my only other melee attacker at the moment is my peasant, which is going to do basically nothing since there's only 3 of them left. And he's probably going to use his grab attack now. Yep, that's what he's doing. Which, that's really bad, because now our knights aren't fast enough to get there either. But we can do some more damage with a horseman, which I think I'm going to just go ahead and do. We don't get to keep the knights and horses after this, so it really doesn't matter how many we lose of them. 133. Critical, so that was really good. Of course, we lose several more horsemen in the process. And I'm out of... You can only use the spellbook once per turn, so I can't heal him. Archers get a critical of 8. So that was helpful. I'm going to move my knights slowly closer to the dragon. All they could move this turn was 2. That's how fast they can normally move, so I obviously can't attack. It really doesn't matter what we do with our peasants. I'm just going to tell them to wait. Lose another horseman, but this should be it. It doesn't matter if he retaliates, because there's no way he can kill one horseman in one shot. I'm just gonna let the dragon hit me. Oh, I lied. He totally took out a horseman. I suck at this game for how much I've played this. Priest critical at 6. He's got 38. There's no way the archers can kill him. And now we're going to finish him off with our knights and end the battle. There we go. At the end of each battle, you collect golden experience. The gold is based on how many units you've killed. Same with the experience. As you can see, we're about 1/6 the way to leveling up. Here are our losses, which 4 horsemen and all of our peasants, basically. Luckily, nothing of anything else.